Hi, everybody. Welcome to Coastlands Church 5 minute soundbite. And I've got a short burst of encouragement for all of us. And I've got a question for you this morning. And the question is this: have you met with Jesus? Have you been with Jesus? I started to read the Sermon on the Mount, and I got to the end. It's in Matthew 5, chapters 5 to 7. I got to the very last verse and it really spoke to me. And I want to share it because it's really interesting. I've got 5 minutes, so I'm not going to hang about. And it's Matthew 7:28 to 29. And it says this: by the time Jesus finished speaking, the crowds were awestruck by his teaching, the Sermon on the Mount, because his words carried great authority, quite unlike the religious scholars. And this word awestruck stood out to me. And this is what it means in the Greek. They were filled with amazement at his teaching. They were astonished. They were panicked. This is what it means in the Greek: panic stricken. Something takes your breath away. They were hit with a blow. They were shocked. So clearly, Jesus spoke with such glory and power that poured out of him, that his words were, it says, like thunderbolts in their hearts. You see, he wasn't just reading something that he'd read. He is the author of the book. He has copyright. I looked that up, which means the legal protection for original works of authorship. Jesus has total authority. He has copyright because he is the word made flesh, John 1:14. He's the living word. He was living what he spoke. And that's why they were awestruck. He's the giver of life. So that's who they met with. That's who they met with, these crowds, and they were awestruck. In contrast to the religious leaders, the scribes, who look at our outward appearance. They rule by laws, rituals, rules, structures, judgment, and their heart. Some of them are hard-hearted. You see, and there's a really good example in the Bible of this. I just want to share very briefly. The woman who was caught in adultery. You see, she was brought to Jesus by these religious scholars, and they wanted Jesus to stone her. And Jesus said to them, if you have not sinned, you throw the first stone. And I reckon then thunderbolts of conviction went into their hearts, because one by one they walked away. But this woman who'd committed adultery and she was brought before Jesus, she met with Jesus at that point of her life. And I'm going to paraphrase what he said. Dear woman, where are your accusers? And she looked round and said, I don't know, Lord. And then he said to her, then I certainly don't condemn you either. Go, and from now on, be free from a life of sin. She met with Jesus. A thunderbolt of absolute love and compassion came into her. Not religion, but love and compassion. She met with Jesus. Have you met with Jesus? Because he's wanting to meet with you. And I just felt that, just to say to you guys today, take another look at Jesus. Go and talk to Jesus. I've sensed there's someone on this broadcast now who you've lost your peace. There's a storm going on. Jesus wants to bring peace into your heart. So go and have another look at Jesus. There's someone on this broadcast, I sense that your heart is broken. Go and have another look at Jesus. His love and compassion are waiting for you to touch you today. And there's no condemnation in Christ Jesus. Maybe you feel a bit condemned today. Go and have another look at Jesus, because he loves you and he wants to cleanse your heart. So I hope you've been encouraged today. Have a brilliant day. Bye.